Hey guys, so today we have this. It's a Craftsman 21-inch cut lawnmower. Comes powered by a 5.5 horsepower Honda engine. Should be a fun one to get going. Looks like the fuel's been left on, but let's see if there's actually any fuel in there. Nope, it's perfectly dry. I wonder if this thing will start and run. Let's find out. But first, let's see, is there an air filter? Yes, there is. Look at that. There's actually an air filter in there. Choke flap is open, but it's controlled on the handlebars right here. So let's push this all the way to choke and see if it choked the engine. Looks like. Wonder what would happen if we poured some fuel in there and tried to get it started. But before we do that, we really should see if there's oil. Well, that's a little bit of a problem. Looks like there's oil. Let me quickly clean that off and see if it picks up any more on the dipstick. Yeah, looks like it did. Looks like there's a bit of oil in there. Enough to at least start it and see if it runs. So let's add a little bit of fuel and see if it starts up. First, let's switch off this fuel. Then we'll add some. Not too much now. No need. Although the nice thing is, because this gas tank actually has a control valve, we can shut it off and not worry about too much fuel getting in there. Okay, so she's on choke. Let's turn the fuel on. Fire it up and see what happens. Oh, right. Let's double check, make sure spark plug wire's on. Which it wasn't. I mean, after all, this video has been brought to you by a forgotten spark plug wire. Here goes. Turn that fuel off. Well guys, it looks like this is just going to be a straight out service for this little mower. Looks like the carb's good, so no need to run through the carb. We'll change the oil, sharpen the blade, replace that air filter, and lube it up. Oh, and of course clean off the deck, because it's a little bit of a mess. But honestly, looks like this is going to be a fun little repair, and shouldn't take too long. Alright guys, let's crack into it. Okay, so one of the first things we should do is we should give it an oil change. The rope looks good on this, so no reason to change the rope. It's actually pretty supple still. It hasn't started to solidify like they often do. So I'll add a little bit of oil, just some testing oil, and this way we can get it nice and warm. Quickly do an oil change. Okay, I'm just doing a quick visual inspection, seeing if there's any debris. I know it's debris. I'm just seeing if there's any debris on top, but I don't see any, which means quite likely that no mouse decided to make a little nest in there, which is good. It's good. All right, so first things first, we'll add a little bit of testing oil. Not this oil, that's good oil. Just getting it to the side so when we're ready to actually change the oil, we can. So we'll add some wonderful testing oil. Doesn't that look great? It's like chocolate pudding. Delicious. So let's add a tiny bit more oil. Hopefully without some debris. Okay, we'll quickly check what's there. Yeah, I say we've got plenty now. Definitely got plenty. Certainly enough to get it running, and that way we can get her nice and warm to do the oil change. So that's going to be poured back into here. Toasty sludge. Look at that. Delicious. I don't know where I was trying to put the oil cap. Probably onto the Honda engine for the oil cap, even though it's got one right there. Put that aside and cover it up so no debris flies into it. Right, now we'll leave the fuel off, no reason to have it on. We'll start it up. let her run for a bit, maybe run what's in the carburetor. That way it can clean itself out, get the oil nice and warm, and I'll get the siphon into there and we'll get the oil changed. Okay, here goes. And that's not quite long enough, and that was quite a lot of smoke, eh? Huh. All right, well, let's turn the fuel on for a bit. We'll let her run for about 4 or 5 minutes. I think that'll be good. That way it gets the oil nice and warm, so it flows easier. All right, let's try that again. And it seems to be out of fuel. Perfect. Right. That's good. Now we can get the oil changed. There is evidence that there was some kind of a critter here. I mean, there's a cherry seed with a hole in it, so definitely evidence. Doesn't necessarily mean that there is a critter here. It could have been just running around. Yeah, still plenty of oil, so that's good. That's what I'll do. I just keep dipping it in and slowly changing it that way. Okay, we'll get the siphon tube in there. Okay, vacuum line is now in. Right, guys? Loud noise is imminent. And that's it. Oil's drained. Now to fill it back up with approximately 550 milliliters or 18 ounces of oil. Nice fresh oil. So we'll start with 500 mil. So far so good, haven't made a mess. Come on, don't make a mess. You can hear a lot of baby birds around here. Speaking of baby birds, at the end of this video, I'll take the phone over and let you guys see the little baby birds. Yep, we're full, perfect. Next, let's get that air filter on. You know what that means. So here's the air filter. Part number. And so let's get the plastic off.
Hey, look at that, guys. Look what I found. A red subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I love to read your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can, especially the early ones. All right, guys, back to the video.
Okay, there we go. Nice new air filters in. And I guess let's fire it up again. Get the oil to circulate. And I guess we can check the blade afterwards. We'll take it down to the ground because it looks like it's finally stopped raining. Check the blade, check the condition of that, and I guess take it in and sharpen it and reinstall it. And that's it. She'll be done. All right, so let's fire it up and make sure everything's still good. Okay, so we'll set it to choke, and I'll remember to turn it off to choke this time. Oh, yes. I forgot to turn the fuel on. Brilliant. That was smart. Let's turn the fuel on, shall we? So we're on choke. And good stuff. Everything's still working as it should. Let's get it down to the ground, check that blade, pop it off if need be, and sharpen it. Hello. Always traffic around here. Whether it's foot traffic or car traffic, there's always traffic. All right, so let's check that blade. You know something? This blade is still quite sharp. Oh. This looks like the blade is good. There's absolutely no reason to take it off. It's got a very good edge still on it. I'm not going to add anything to putting on an edge other than it would make it closer and closer to like a knife. And you don't want that. You don't want a knife edge because it just dulls faster. Weird when you think about it, but the truth is when you put like a little razor's edge on there, it doesn't benefit anything and it dulls faster. I guess that's pretty much a wrap, guys. So I guess while we're at it, I got a little bit of grass I can cut. No, not this side, unfortunately. It's missing the grass. Well, as you can see, there's no grass, it's all dirt. We had, back there, we used to have a bit of a garden. Not really significant, but it used to come out a bit. Originally, we had it all wood. And then we tore out the wood, and it was like a mound, and we were gonna box it with some bricks and stuff, but that's too much of a pain. So we just leveled it, and that's that. But I got a little bit of grass here that I can cut. Get it set to the more proper grass cutting level. Get something to pull back. So level 2 and at the back. Now the front, level 2. Okay. And
There you go, guys. Not bad, eh? Let's just unwind this little doohickey. So yeah, not bad, eh? Not bad at all. A simple fix. Absolutely simple fix. Because there was technically nothing wrong with it. So as you can see, it's now a fully functioning lawnmower. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright guys. Well, I guess I'll see you in the next one. And, oh yeah, before I forget, spark plug off for safety.